Right, good morning, everybody, and welcome to the Lasham Daily Briefing. Today is Wednesday, the 23rd of October. Sorry for the slightly late start. You've got Abadisio in charge today, so bear with me. We'll start um, with the synoptics. Okay, this is the synoptic chart for midnight last night. You can see that the weather is dominated by this high that's moving progressively towards the east away from us. Very slack isobars, so very light winds and a southerly flow. Let's have a look at midday today. Not much has changed. The high is moving again to the east, and there's a bank of fronts coming in towards us, which won't be worrying us today, but maybe tomorrow. So this is midnight tonight. Those fronts fairly slow moving. Isobars are tighter together, so slightly windier. Still a southerly flow. And looking at midday tomorrow, fronts really not moving very much at all. And hopefully they'll pass us. This is midnight Thursday, so they'll pass overnight on Thursday, so we won't need to worry unduly. Satellite picture. This is a satellite picture over two-hour increments, and you can see sunrise over Europe, and really nothing much in our area other than this low cloud, which it doesn't show up very well. Rain today, rain radar, some showers, but not that many. Other forecasts are talking about light showers around lunchtime or 1 o'clock, and I guess that's what they will be. And we'll just obviously work around those. The Met rain forecast. This is today, and we just scroll through. That's 1:30. So no, I don't think we'll be troubled too much by rain. This is the METARs. This is Odium. And I'll just refresh that. So this is less than an hour old. High pressure, low visibility. You can see that from outside the window. Fog. The hopeful bit towards the end here is 11 o'clock UTC, so 12 o'clock scattered clouds at 2,000 feet. So hopefully we'll be flying by 12, maybe even as earlier at 11 o'clock. So this is another one, scattered clouds at the height of 1,200 feet. Remember that Odium is a couple of hundred feet lower than us, so just minus that height off there. This is Farnborough, and this is a little bit older, getting on for 2 hours old. Fog, yeah, well, we can see that. And it's saying becoming at 11 o'clock local, scattered at 2,000. Okay, windy. This is set up for midday, and this is the only place that's suggesting a slightly stronger wind. So that's saying 11 o'clock at midday, and south actually with a little bit of east in it as well. And if this turns out to be true, then I think we'll need to be moving on to runway 23. But for the moment, we'll be setting up on 27. The local forecast, the Met forecast, 40% chance of rain, sort of late morning or midday. And not much chance during the rest of the day, according to this. Temperatures, 15 degrees, and feels about 15 degrees for the very light winds. This is forecasting the strongest wind at 7 knots, which will be fine, and south-southwest. So if this is the case, we'll stay on runway 27, and lighter gusts, 16 knots. Visibility, good. Humidity gradually decreasing during the course of the day and then increasing when we finish flying, so not a problem. But still, this time of year, we're watching out for misting up canopies. The Lasham Weather Centre is up and running, as it hasn't been for a few days, which is good. This is the wind speed that we've had over the last 24 hours. So yesterday, the gusts went up to 17 or 18 knots, and the average wind speed really was well below 10 knots for most of the day. And I think that's pretty much how it's going to be today. So good light wind day. And we've not had any rain for 24 hours apart from this millimeter that we had yesterday evening. So hopefully the airfield will be gradually drying out, or at least until the next storm. This is the picture. The webcam is up again. This is the picture out the window half an hour ago, and this is how it looks now. So it is gradually brightening up. Sky sight. Just looking at that, it's saying again some showers. That's predicting it slightly later. Thermal strength 0. If you look at the surface temperature and dew point, they're identical up until 10:30. So they're not suggesting that the cloud base is going to start going up until 11:30, 11 o'clock, 11:30. And the peak of the afternoon, it is saying maybe 2,200 feet, that looks like, which is good. Winds are still under 10 knots, still with a little bit of west in it, which is fine for 2.7, and gusting very moderate gusts. NOTAMs, really nothing much to affect here. 31 there is some paragliding up to 3,000 feet, but I'd be very surprised if they're doing that today. And 26 is a live firing range. Obviously, if you're going cross country in power, you're responsible for checking your own NOTAMs. Okay, let's have a look at the setup today. Right, the bookings, this is for today. So instructing, we've got Charles Baker, Jim Gavin, Mark Benson, Nigel. And there's availability of slots in the morning with Charles, and 2 in the afternoon, sorry, 1 in the afternoon with Jim, and 1 in the morning with Nigel. So there is instructional availability. Glider bookings, half the fleet seems to be at Aboyne still. 776 at the back of the hangar. It's out of hours, and it's waiting to be for the workshop to be able to take it in. So just leave it at the back. That's 776. We've got a K13 for trial lessons. We need at least 2 21s for the instructional flying. 1 K13 is available for club flying, casual list, and as aforementioned, SHH is available in the afternoon. And the simulator, if anybody wants to use that, might be a good use of time to spend an hour on that this morning. Movements, we've got one that was an arrival. I think it was a King Air that was due in at 10:30, and it's on rolling standby. So they're waiting to see what the fog is doing. There was a departure at 12 o'clock. They have requested at 2 o'clock a compass swing, and that will be down at the far end of, I assume, actually, the far end of 27 next to the winch. Right, operation will be setting up on runway 27. Cables coming down the south side on the boom. Another caution, misting canopies. The canopies clear very quickly, but if you were to get a launch failure in the first 5 or 10 seconds of your launch, you can't see. So that's an issue. If the visibility is poor before it improves later this afternoon, we may operate on alternate circuits just for safety, but I'll ask the instructors what they think of that. Buggies again, seated passengers only, no one on the flatbed. The airfield set up. So we're going to have the winch down here, cables coming down the south side on the boom. We'll have the launch point set up here with the winch queue on the south side on the runway and the aerotow queue on the north side, also on the runway. Park gliders, please keep them behind the fire truck so that we can keep the gap between the launch point vehicle and the fire truck clear, so that instructors transitioning from aerotow to winch can get through. Okay, I think that's it from me. And it's still looking very murky outside. I'll be opening the hangars fairly soon so that we can start getting ready. I think it's going to be a nice afternoon, but this morning, not so. Okay, thanks very much, and I will see you out there.